Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, voice is clear? Chatting block. Yes. So today we have various recommendations by Kapila Muni to his mother, how to become a nice devotee, various qualities of a devotee. Number one, income. Now, as we discussed previously, people feel there is a shortage of money and therefore there is dissatisfaction. But there is only one shortage, Krishna consciousness. We find so many excuses or out of foolishness, we ourselves get carried away. You know, I want car, I want car, I want car, I want car. They go to the Lord also, I want car, I want car. And they feel as if after getting that, their shortage will be over. But actually, car was not the shortage. Shortage was Krishna consciousness, which doesn't happen. Car is not going to help it. Therefore, Arjuna is so genuine. He says, Krishna, even if you give me the proprietorship over the 3 words, unrivaled kingdom in the 3 words, I will not be satisfied. That's the genuine case of spiritual advancement. Then person is fit for spiritual advancement. Otherwise, if you think there is some other shortage which is going to make him happy, then he will not go for Krishna consciousness. Rather, he will go to Guru and Krishna seeking some material prosperity. And he's thinking that certain condition of material prosperity will make him happy. But Krishna consciousness is so beautiful that independent of any situation of the health, of the economic prosperity, I can be happy. Like Sudama. Now we know his condition. What is the condition of Sudama? We know that he was extremely poor. But his focus always remained to advance in Krishna consciousness. He knew that is my real shortage. He kept working on that. The real shortage was. And when he went to Krishna, he did not ask for money because he knew that is not a shortage. He knew his shortage is actually Krishna consciousness. He didn't ask because that was not his concern. But for us, what happened? Certain material situation is desired so that it will make us happy. That is our advancement. That we cannot understand that actually no material situation, it is Krishna consciousness make us happy. So independent of the material situation, devotee is very happy, very, very happy. So that is the first principle today he has told. What is the first principle? We should be happy. Whatever earns without great difficulty. Now, when you want to earn money, generally we tend to do what is known as prayasa. Now, prayasa in nectar of instruction also leads to destruction of spiritual life. Atyahara, prayasa, both are mentioned here in the shloka of Bhagavatam. Ati ahara will come later. Prayasa has come first now. Prayasa, we should endeavor, not over endeavor. Like 8 plus 8 plus 8 was a formula given by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. 8 hours for the body. Truth. He did much ahead of it. He was sleeping only 2 hours. But for us, 8 plus 8 plus 8. 8 hours for sleep. Not in the modern society, because society of Shudras, biggest thing is sleeping. For Shudras, most important thing in a day, the shortage is sleep. I should sleep nicely. That is the only his concern. And if he sleeps very nicely, if his life is successful, that is a source of satisfaction. He wants sleep. Yeah, neenda. Therefore, they keep putting publicity, nice beds, nice soft beds, memory foam, so that I can spend lakhs, doesn't matter. I get a nice sleep. For him in life, greatest thing is good sleep. And all that scientists, doctors, that's only they talk. You don't have sleep, you will get, health will get spoiled. Sleep, 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 sleep. That is Shudra. He has nothing more than that. But a normal man should do 8 plus 8 plus 8. 8 hours he should spend for the body. That includes sleeping, bathing, eating closed. Then next 8 hours we should spend and absorb engagement. That is for the mind. Idle mind is devil's workshop. So 8 hours, just like say our sadhana, you take for the what is recommended sadhana in ISKCON for full-time devotees and also for congregation. Morning 4:30 to 8:30 or say 9:30, 4-5 hours we have sadhana. Evening again, we have 1 hour, presently only 1 hour sadhana. We don't have a class in the evening. So how much it becomes? 6. 2 hours sit and read Shastra. This is 8 hours per soul for spiritual life. Then 8 hours for spiritual life, 8 hours for the mind. Mind needs engagement. So devotees have an opportunity to engage service directly for the service of Krishna. Congregation mostly no. They are doing some engagement and they can dovetail that engagement for Krishna's pleasure. But a full-time devotee has the privilege to engage full day in service of Krishna. 8 plus 8. And 8 hours sleep for the body. 8 hours for the body, 8 hours for the mind, 8 hours for the soul. All the 3 are taken care. We have 3 things to take care. We take care of the gross body, subtle body, spiritual bodies. We have 3 bodies. Spiritual body, chanting, dancing, reading, Navavida Bhakti. Spend 8 hours. Now the subtle body needs absorption, needs engagement. Give it some engagement. Then come physical body, it needs 8 hours of maintenance. Fill it, that means give it food, bathe it, dress it, and take rest. So if we can balance this 8 plus 8 plus 8, it's a very balanced life. Life is actually a big balance. A lot of people talk about. Nothing wrong, only we don't know how to balance things together. Good management means to balance things together. And what is the best management? 8 plus 8 plus 8. I think some of you who come from the 18-day class, I should tell it every day. 8 plus 8 plus 8. Implement this, it's a very good formula. 8 hours engagement in some work every day, your office work or whatever work. And then 8 hours for the body, 8 hours for the soul. Looks fantastic. But presently, that will not be true. And we have an idea that, if I give 8 hours to the spiritual life, I will not be able to compete with my colleagues in office. Forget all these things. Laws of karma work very wonderfully. Actual currency in the world is karma, not money. Punya and papa are the real currencies. What currency we have today is a reflection of that real currency, but maybe perverted reflection. Like this body is a reflection of the spiritual body that I have. But it's a perverted reflection, doesn't have any connection, but it gives an idea. Spiritual body also has some hands, some eyes. Just like a dress is put on me because the body has a dress, otherwise you cannot put a dress. So three bodies, all the three have to be taken care. But they should be no prayasa, over endeavor. Now what happens? You go to the office and you see your colleagues are working till night 9 o'clock to impress the boss, so they quickly get promotion, and we get too much involved. But you forget actually, my maintainer is Krishna, not that boss. The boss is not maintainer. It looks like that. Just like when you advance in spiritual life, first thing you advance is that God is maintaining me, not this company, that company. They are not maintaining. Krishna is maintaining me. This is not easy. Through that job Krishna is maintaining you, he can maintain through another job also. Krishna is the maintainer, even every animal. The animals, do they have a bank balance? Do they have insurance? Do they have employment? They get food, they get to place to sleep, they get opportunity to have sex, and they get opportunity to defend themselves. Ahar nidra bhay maitunam saman esha pashupina ranam. And today we have a civilization which cannot think of anything more than these four things: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. All their talks, their lectures, their symposiums are on only four items: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. That's all. So modern civilization, Srila Prabhupada said, is polished animal. It's a polished animal civilization. So the real currency, coming back, is punya. So, and not punya of this life is going to help you. It is always past. So you have punya of past life. And if you have, and you're sincerely working at 8 hours, you get it. But not everybody becomes rich. A lot of people work. Nowadays, the counter theory which is prevalent in society, work hard and become rich. You cannot become rich just by working hard. There are a lot of people working hard, they remain poor whole life. There has to be the sanction of the karma. If the karmas are not sanctioning you, do whatever, you will remain poor. And if that is the only only absorption in your life, your spiritual life is doomed. Because you will over endeavor them. 8 hours is not working. I'll work 12 hours. I'll work 14 hours. Yeah, try. That means you have no interest in spiritual life first. We have to have balance. Just like you're driving a car, you should also eat, and the car should also be taken care. Not that only you eat and car is not taken care. Not only the car is taken care, you don't eat. No, you need balance. Because there's not only one thing. We are not in the spiritual world, which we are all imagining. We are all at this point imagining, I'm in the spiritual world. I'm not in the spiritual world. I'm thinking I'm this body, which is not true. I'm also thinking I'm in the spiritual world. Therefore, some death occurs. Wow, he died. Because spiritual world, nobody dies. Your hand gets cut. Wow, how could it get cut? Because spiritual body cannot be cut. Some relationship breaks, we get pain, because spiritual world, no relationship breaks. When somebody speaks harshly, we get strange, because spiritual world, nobody speaks harshly. Very sweet, loving. Correct? It's a very important principle. We're still thinking we are in the spiritual world. We are in the material world. And having come to the material world, now there are problems, because there are three bodies we are. Spiritual world, there is only one body. The spiritual world, what you do, you cannot do here. You have to come to the reality. Just like many people think, I should not work for collecting money. Then that is in the spiritual world. You don't have to do anything. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mango, a tree manifested, and every day they eat as much they wanted. That is spiritual world. Kalpataru. You don't have to work. But when you have an independent plan for sense enjoyment, Krishna says, now you work. Now you work. It's like, suppose you have somebody who is under your shelter. When he wants to enjoy the senses, now you work. But when you want to serve Krishna, no problem. It's free. Everything is free. Okay. So that's the contract with Krishna. When you want to enjoy our senses, Krishna makes us work. And then we get doership. I did like that. I did like that. We have doership of various categories. It's a fact. We have doership. So we think, I worked hard, I become rich. That's how the word is. So Krishna allows. He becomes invisible. He makes you feel like that. But the fact is, it's not true. Krishna is maintaining you. Even a Brahma thinks, I created a wonderful universe. Even he didn't do anything. He's Nimitra Matrena Bhavasarva Sachim. Everything is happening by the will of Krishna. Brahma gets only a kick. Just like I lift this mobile. I cannot lift mobile. Matter is not my energy, it is God's energy. I just get an experience that I lifted a mobile. That's all. I didn't lift the mobile. This material body is not under soul's control, it's on the Lord's control. He lives. But you desire. Just like you're sitting in a car, I give an example. You say ice cream shop, ice cream shop. Father drives you to the ice cream shop. You take the responsibility now for that. Not father. No, Papa, why did you bring me? What you were doing? Shouting all day, ice cream, I brought it. So it feels as if I drove the car. You didn't drive the car. Father was driving. So this vehicle of the body, I am not a driver. I am only a co-passenger. I am not a driver. The Lord drives his body. I just observe. I am only an observer. I am only a personality who is desiring. That's the only thing I do. So one should not over-endeavor for money. This is the first defect in spiritual life. Because once that becomes laulyam, nectar of instruction again, too much greediness for mundane achievement. Why somebody works day hard, 24 hours? Suppose you work in a job for 8 hours. You get, say, some salary. You work 24 hours, you get same salary. Why you'll work 24 hours? You should work 8 hours only. Doesn't make sense. You join a job and the boss says you work 8 hours, I give you 10,000. You work 24 hours, I give you 10,000. So why will I work 24 hours? I'll work only 8 hours. No? That is what Kapila is saying. Don't over endeavor. It will not increase. That 10,000 will not become 10,001. It will remain 10,000 only. You are getting money, already check is written. Amount is also written. When you get 8 hours you work, signature will be done. Otherwise, check will be torn and thrown into dustbin. You have to do your akaramani mahabhav. Don't become lazy. You do your 8 hours work. Collect the check and go. Check is already written. In any job you go, check is already written. Amount is already decided what you're going to get. Correct? Salary is fixed. But if you don't go to office, they're not going to give you salary. They'll not give you. Correct? So already written. They'll tear the check and throw. Already in the beginning of the month, probably the check is written and signed and kept ready. But it's given to you only when you work 8 hours. But if you work 20 hours, suppose you have a company like that, they don't give you more. Then why you want to work 24 hours, 20 hours? It doesn't make sense. Modern civilization, they create an illusion. An illusion. As if they are the providers. Somebody was telling me, I said, work only 8 hours. Sir, what can I do? When I want to get up at 5 o'clock from a company, all of us are sitting. My boss is all sitting. And they work till 9, 10 o'clock. And to impress the boss, I should also sit. I said, you should have faith that 8 hours working, getting you the money, and more than 8 hours work is not sustainable. You cannot do for long. Your mind and body will break down. Your body needs some rest. Body needs some other engagement also. You can sit have joined devotees, have bhajan. You can read Bhagavatam. Body and mind need some other engagements only. Also, not only the job. You cannot just keep working. You will get. That's why so many people I know in the city, some doctors are there. You cannot get half a second to talk to him. They are so busy. I recently saw a doctor like that. 3 days he vanishes in the weekend. He goes somewhere, Goa, somewhere, some picnic spot. It's not sustainable. When you work sustainable, 365 days you can work. And at the end, slow and steady win the race. Like Srila Prabhupada, he had to make his guru's mission. Can you tell me how many days Srila Prabhupada did night out? Actually, you'll not find a single day. He was peaceful. He was peaceful. Oh no, opportunity is there. Now I will not sleep for 20 days. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Very peaceful. True, because of his very, very spiritually advanced position, he sleep only 2 hours. But that was satisfying to him. That's it. He didn't want more sleep. Not that he wanted to sleep. No. That is, our parampara is 2 hour parampara. Prabhupada is 2 hours. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they're the record. Prabhupada is 2, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is 2, Goswami is the 2. Therefore, it looks like all were 2 only. Three people we have data. Correct? Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we have data. His son gave the timetable, he was sleeping only 2 hours. Prabhupada just recently, disciples gave a data, he was sleeping only 2 hours. Then we have Goswami, they're also sleeping only 2 hours. Perhaps that's the limit you can push the metal body to. It needs a power nap of 2 hours, that's it. Okay. But in a position that we are in today, don't imitate the acharyas. Just respect and sleep 8 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours, that's it. See, everybody has to find out his own balance. Why? Just like food. Now, when you eat, you should not become fat. Devotee should look tapasvi. Once what happened, they made picture of Narad Muni. It's all like big muscles are not painted. Proper, what I'm doing, he's not a he-man, he's a tapasvi. Don't make a picture like that. The devotee ideally should be thin. That's an ideal. I'm not that ideal. It should be thin. Devotee means, first thing, people honor a devotee for his tapasya. That's the ornaments of a devotee. People honor a devotee for that, is tapasvi. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was touring South India, he purposefully did not bring his associate because they will not allow him to do tapasya. And when people do not see tapasya, they don't honor. The very purpose of taking sannyasa would have been defeated. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the sannyasa so that helps him command the respect. 500 years ago, that was helping. It was a very big thing 500 years ago to be sannyasi. I don't think that is that much relevant today. It does help, but not that much. Not every part of the world also. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to establish the movement in India, it was needed at that time of sannyasa. Okay? Practically, it was needed. And sannyasi, one of the characteristic people of sannyasi is vairagi, tapasvi, and they honor them. And the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew who he is. And they will not allow him to do tapasya. They'll put on his plate 100 items to eat. They'll make a soft bed for him to sleep. They will give him all kind of comforts. When Jagadananda brought one scented oil, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what? What are you planning? And he got so angry. Jagadananda is Satyabhama, and he broke the bottle in front of him. Nahi chahiye. So he had devotees in that situation. And if they'll keep on his plate on very rich say some sweets. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will just, if he looks at him, he's looking, will he take or not? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if it does not take, he'll fast for 3 days. So just scared of that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to eat what they were offering. But he wanted to give example of a strict sannyasi, tapasvi, that is useful for ourselves, spiritual advancement, and also good for preaching. Okay? So devotee, first thing, the condition is devotee should not over endeavor. So it's a very good principle. Endeavor, but not over endeavor. If you are interested in spiritual life. See, today, generally in society, people sleep late. If you remember, few generations before in India at least, people used to sleep very early. If I remember, I've always seen ancestors getting up at 4 o'clock. Practically every house in India. Grandfathers, great-grandfathers. That's actually also natural. Suppose there is no electricity, we will be sleeping by 7, 8 o'clock. The body has been designed for that. Now we created artificially light, but that keeps us awake. So that is not conducive. There is said, Snaneva Prasadanam, the different elements of Kali Yuga described in the 12th canto, 2nd chapter of Bhagavatam. The person thinks the very bathing is purification. That's it. You say somebody, you're going somewhere, are you ready? You say, just wait a minute, I'll take shower, brush my teeth, and I'm ready. He is not ready. He has to do sadhana also. Ready means what is ready? Physical body, mental body, spiritual body. Physical body is ready by bathing. What about mental body? Mental body needs chanting, sadhana. Just like recently there was a survey taken, which I have told you so many times. In IIT Bombay, students take bath very rarely, which is very funny because Bombay climate is like Mangalore climate, is sweating, correct? 3-time bath also we are not satisfied. Maybe most of us take 4 or 5 times bath. Okay. Just imagine living without bathing. Now suppose such a man, you make him bathe and work, what if he'll happy? Correct? He'll feel refreshed, no? So similarly, if you start having mental bath, that is sadhana, you'll actually feel very happy, very happy. So that is for good. Whoever you introduce chanting, they cannot give it up. They feel it is very nice because it is mental bath, bathing. So we become ready by physical and mental bath both. And today, the tendency to sleep late is because people don't value the spiritual and mental bath. They only value physical bath. But you have to bathe. The mind also, we have to bathe. The soul is always pure, but still, we have to wake him up. He's just sleeping. The foolish fellow is just sleeping. And mind is dirty. And body is yatana sharira, only giving you suffering, that's all. We think this body is there to give me great pleasure. But actually hiding behind the pleasure is pain, which we cannot see. Isn't it true? Whenever material pleasure is in front of us, ye sparshaja bhoga. This is actually a great revelation. Look at the shloka. Yehi sansparshaja bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment. And how do you get enjoyment? When the sense object contacts the senses. You get enjoyment. Correct? So we are anticipating. Now, if I have this sweet, I will enjoy very nicely. Dukkhayo nava evate. The main cause of spoiling of the teeth is having sweets. You know this? Everybody, I think, knows this. Ask a dentist, will confirm this. In Japan, there's a very funny thing. You talk to small children, they look very cute, nice. Open their mouth, the teeth are gone. It's a country with more spoiled teeth. Because rich country, lot of chocolates, and teeth are gone. Just imagine somebody looking very nice, handsome, just open his mouth, all are rotten. So many people have that condition there. Have you heard about that? Heard? Children's, because see, it's a rich country. Okay? Rich means children's maximum they like is chocolate, correct? Or some sweet. Children, the nature is that. Too much sweet means your teeth get spoiled. Correct? Sweet is the biggest enemy of the teeth. Even if you have sweet, always brush your teeth very carefully. Who will do that? Nobody's going to keep a brush with them. You eat sweet, it starts rotting the teeth, and then all problems start. So, yehi sansparshaja bhoga. You thought I'll eat this chocolate and I'll become happy. But you know the amount of pain the teeth gives you. That's why there is so many departments you can have for the medicine. Dentist has been kept a separate department. See, everything didn't become a separate. We don't have separate studies for hands. No. We don't have separate studies for leg. No, it's all clumped together. But teeth has been kept separate and one separate dentist. They study almost subject the same, but teeth. And for 32 teeth, they have 32 departments, specialization. Each teeth, one specialization. Sometimes I joke. So, teeth. So, the point is, so it felt like if I going to touch a sense object, I'll become happy. Correct? But the Krishna is saying, and Krishna cannot be wrong. It's for us to experience it. Yehi sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yonava. Yoni means to give birth. Dukkha yonava evate. Whenever you are bringing sense near a sense object, be ready. Dukkha is born. That day dukkha takes birth. Adi antavantaha kaunteya. And the pleasure, what we're going to get, has a beginning, it has an end. Any pleasure. True? It has a beginning, it has an end. Nateshu ramate buddhaha. The person who advances in spiritual life does not delight in such pleasures. Ramante yogino anante. The same shloka, Prabhupada quotes the shloka. Ramante yogino anante. Who are yogis, particularly bhakti yogis, ramante, they enjoy anante, they enjoy unlimited, non-stopping spiritual happiness. So you want happiness to grow. Satyanande Chidatmani iti Ram Padenashu Param Brahma Abhidhiyate. Prabhupada quote the shloka there that Ramante Yogino Anante. We want unlimited happiness, but actually what we are getting in the sense object is limited. Yehi Sansvacha. Keep meditating on this. Yehi Sansvacha Hoga. Dukkha Yona. I am getting ready. I am putting seeds of dukkha when I am thinking of sensing jnana. So the first principle Krishna says is don't overwork. Okay, let me, so work, real currency is punya. Whatever punya you have because of previous life, that you can cash now. You cannot, your punya of this life doesn't work for this life. Why? Because then nobody will go to Vaikuntha. And Krishna wants you to go to Vaikuntha. Therefore, it makes your life a little kitch. Keep meditating on that. If suppose somebody is asking me, when you do some bad activity, why doesn't Krishna immediately give you punishment? You had a bad thought, immediately some slap comes. Wow. Krishna could have done that, no?
Sometimes.
There's an instant karma. Instant karma. There are a lot of videos of that, instant karma. So if suppose that is always like that, then what is going to happen? People will become all punyatmas with no plan to go back to Godhead. So Krishna wants some uthal-puthal. Unless there is uthal-puthal, Govinda doesn't happen. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, 4 kind of people come to me. Anna? Artho arthat jigyasu jnani cha parata shapa. So where is artho there? No artho. No artharthi. All punyatmas being very rich, very peaceful, very comfortable, and they will be stuck in this world. So Krishna keeps little upside, downside, so that in that uthal puthal, if you the material life, people will just settle down to a peaceful material life here. Krishna doesn't want you to settle down in the material world. So he didn't create material world for you to settle down as a sattvic person. He created a material world to take you back to God. Therefore, people cannot understand why I am living a good life. I have helped so many people. I don't, because Krishna wants to take you back to the spiritual world. He has his own plan. Okay? So this is Ramante Yogina. So what is the first plan? First plan is that should be satisfied what God gives you without great difficulty. Work 8 hours, what comes is peaceful. Like Sudama Brahmana, just remember, very peaceful. Very pure Brahmana he was. What was coming peacefully, and he was satisfied. His wife was not satisfied. Wife was not satisfied. We should get more. We should be more comfortable. Just like suppose you have some rich relative, what do you tell him? Why don't you go to that relative? He can help you. Correct? He's so rich. When you have some rich friend, well, people will say, why don't you go? We may help you. So wife says, why don't we improve our economic condition? We will be happy. He said, no, that's okay. I'm comfortable. No. He said, okay, anyway, I'll see Krishna. Let me go. He went to see Krishna. He didn't went to ask money. He never asked Krishna money because he was happy with his condition. The condition was so miserable that food was so less, the hands and legs were shaking in starvation. But he was happy with that. He was very happy with that. So we should be like that. We should be very happy, whatever condition. You see, Srila Prabhupada, our hero, he practically had no money when he was in Vrindavan. After 55 years, practically 15 years, there was no money. He was like a sannyasi sitting in Vrindavan writing books. You look at the books, therefore you read first canto of Bhagavatam, you see how much peaceful and happy you can feel by his purport. He's not showing any sign of frustration. And devotee should not have frustration. Correct? He's not a devotee. No money, no movement, nothing. Peaceful. Peaceful and satisfying. Okay. He should not eat more than what is necessary. That is common sense, logical. Just like we say we should not waste food. We always say that because somebody else can eat that. No, it's not good culture to waste. So similarly, don't eat more. That is also waste. And what is interesting is that you will die by overeating. You don't die by undereating. Suppose you eat little less, you'll become weak, but you'll not die. But to eat more, you die. Most of the diseases are overeating diseases. Diabetes, all blood pressure, all the overeating, not undereating diseases. Okay? You should not eat more than necessary. See, it doesn't say don't eat less than necessary. It doesn't say that. Focus is on don't overeat. Because when you overeat, you're going to put somebody under trouble. Because somebody else will be starving them. Krishna has created enough. Purna is arranged in the Purna. But problem is some people overeat. So other people don't get anything to eat. How many people are running in the gym today? Because they overeat. Now, when you want to reduce, why you increase? Suppose you want to reduce the weight, then why don't you eat less? Suppose you want to reduce weight, nobody eats less. They eat as much as they want to eat, overeat, and then run in the gym. Eat less, logical. You should live in a secluded place. So proper, this is a secluded place means where people with unwanted desires don't harass them. Sangha is very important. They say you can know a man, find out his best 5 friends, and you can know what is his destination. His life will be dependent on that. So what you should do, live in a secular, keep away from crazy people, and always be thoughtful. Proper, thoughtful means have anxiety. We all have anxiety for, everybody has anxiety for economic development. That's how the world is. True? Have anxiety to preach Krishna consciousness. Anyway, you should have, just like Prabhupada takes an example, Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda always has anxiety, spiritual anxiety. Monkeys will attack Krishna. Krishna, what will happen? She's having, we cannot be without anxiety, have spiritual anxiety. How do I advance Krishna consciousness? How more and more people can become devotees? How I can introduce chanting to more and more people? How I can distribute more Srila Prabhupada? Have spiritual anxiety, then mental anxiety is over. Otherwise, our nature is to be anxious. Okay, you have spiritual anxiety. Or spiritualize your anxiety nature. Peaceful. You should be happy. Whatever God has given me, be peaceful. Friendly. The Prabhupada comments on this very wonderfully something what? We should be friendly, but spatially friendly to the devotees. We should be friendly to the world. Yeah. What you're telling is correct. Prabhupada is telling that. And never let them know we are not going to. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in the letter to his, what he wrote. He wrote his letter to his son, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What did he write? In the my dear son, do not have to follow the advice of the materialistic person, but don't tell them that. Either directly or indirectly, they should not come to them. I know sometimes we do behind the back, we say, don't say that. People get hurt. Things go around, walls also have ears, they get hurt. Particularly the elders, they like to give you so much advice. Parents, Prabhupada said, never make the parents feel you not follow them. They'll not be able to digest them. Yes, correct. Wonderful. But don't follow. And don't let them know that directly or indirectly, you're not going to follow. People are very keen to give advice. This world is a world of free advice. Everybody wants to give advice, Just like a doctor. Everybody wants to give prescription. Arey Baba, are you a doctor? Nobody sees, he's not qualified. Actually, we should be silent. A foolish doctor will only spoil the health of a patient. But everybody likes to give advice. So we also give advice without even knowing my advice will not be good. Okay, peaceful, friendly, spatially we should associate with the devotees. And 6 kind of dealings we should cultivate with the devotees. What are they? We should give some gift, receive some gift. We should give something to eat, take something to eat. Correct? Dadati pratikranati, then pura shloka bolo. Kaun batayega? Dadati pratikranati. And then reveal your mind, goyam akhyati, and take instruction. These 6 dealings should happen with the devotees. What is the advantage? You become just like 2 atoms become a molecule. 2 living entities become attached when the 6 dealings happen. What is that? You reveal your mind, he shares some advice. You give him something to eat, he if one day calls you, he also gives something to eat. You give him a gift, he gives some gift. These 6 dealings attached to Atmas like 2 atoms and they become molecule. They become attached. These 6 dealings only happen in this world. So these 6 dealings, so particularly should be done with the devotees. Compassionate, yes, and self-realized. A devotee should. Those people who are not envious, who are innocent. We try to give them Krishna consciousness, and devotees' mission of life is God realization. So very beautiful advice of Kapila Muni. I think this is a good inspiration from Kapila Muni to become a nice devotee. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Prabhuji, Dandavat
Pranam Prabhuji.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Prabhuji, I want to say something.
Yeah, Nupur, just wait. Yes, Nupur, what do you wanted to say?
Prabhuji, I'm really happy to tell you that Atul Prabhuji is in town in Mumbai, and I just heard his lecture.
Very nice.
Yeah, he was live at Juhu ISKCON. He's staying there. I just heard him little because I wanted to attend your class, so I could not hear him fully. It was really nice to hear him. We did little bhajans, and then he was telling about how Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ji, how he started his Krishna consciousness in America. About that he was describing, and how it is, why he started all that. I just heard a little bit. It was really nice to hear him. After we heard him at
we missed him last Sunday because he had traveling to Jew. He told us. Okay?
Yes.
So we have booked him for every Sunday morning, and except the time he travels, he takes class for us. Take advantage of association like this whenever you get opportunity.
Yes.
Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi. Hoye Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi. Even little association of devotees is very. Only thing we can choose is association. The rest of the thing we don't choose. By association, we change our consciousness. The consciousness changes, we make correct decisions. Just all the moment, associate properly. That's all. Okay?
Prabhuji, how long he'll be there in Mumbai? We can go and visit him.
Short time. Yeah, please go to Juhu temple and you can inquire. Please, okay? But it doesn't stay much. His base is Mayapur, he stays at Mayapur.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, he's having a seva of in education. He's a member of education ministry of ISKCON, correct? That's how he has guided us to develop Bhakti Shastri and other courses. So he travels to different other temples also. Minister in ISKCON means all temples he will be developing education, correct? System of education. So he has a responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.